Well, welcome, guys. I'm Alexis Weigand, and I'm here with my partner, Emily Baker. And first, I just want to kick off with gratitude because it is the beginning of the year, and we're super excited that you are investing in yourselves and you're joining us on this journey. This is our third launch, so welcome back if you have been on our first and second. And before we go too much into our bios and about us, I want you guys to put in the chat channel what city, what state you're from. We want to know where you guys are from. There's also, we're going to have a referral sheet on here. So in the course, so blow it up. Let's see where you guys are all from. And if you want to put your production in as well, we'd love to see how many listings you intend on selling this year. All right, so a little bit of background on us if you haven't been in one of our courses before. I am in San Antonio, Texas, and I am still a listing specialist, and I lead a team obviously here. We help about 200 families a year, and that's about 100 million in volume for us. And I'm just super excited to dive in and help you guys learn what we've put together over the years. Emily, you want to give them a little bit of background on you?
Yeah. Hey, everyone. Welcome. So my name's Emily Baker, and I am a full-time MAPS coach. I'm out of Springfield, Missouri. I was a leader on a team in Gary's Top 100, and now I focus coaching sales divisions, specifically through lead generation and listings in Gary's Top 100. So we're super excited to partner with you in this journey and go through proven strategies of what works and what's going to get you to become the mega listing agent further faster. So to kick us off, we really kind of just want to start off with expectations of what you can expect. So we're going to spend the next 9 Wednesdays together. And just like if you've taken Bold or any other training, right, how you show up here is how you show up everywhere. So we would love for you guys to be present. If you can have your screens on, we'd love to see your faces. Everything's on Zoom, it seems like nowadays. So we'd love to put faces with names. And that way, when we see you at family reunion, we can say hi. But over the next 9 weeks, I'm going to go through exactly what we're going to dive into. So today we're going to go through the foundation of the pathway of becoming the mega listing agent. So what are the foundational pieces to get started, right? And really build yourself up for a successful listing agent. Next week, we're going to go through becoming the market expert of choice. What that looks like is really, targeting territories, strategic territories for listings, getting very clear on where and what the value is, what numbers are important to track, what you need to know in the market in order for you to be the market expert. Week 3 and 4, we're going to go through the top listing lead generation strategies of a mega listing agent. So we're going to go through specifically not just the sources, but we're also going to go through the scripts and the systems that you need in order to execute and implement and really start generating listing leads immediately. Then we're going to dive into pre-qualification to pipeline management, right? I'm sure you all have heard the fortunes and the follow-up. So what are the best follow-up and follow-through systems? How do you truly pre-qualify your listing leads such that you're setting yourself up for success and fruitful follow-up? Then we'll dive into, in week 6, the pre-listing to consultation process. So how to have an exceptional pre-listing process that's going to set you apart from other agents in this competitive market that we're in and really set you up for the close to sign the agreement at the appointment, which dives into week 7, which is the listing consultation and setting clear next steps with the client. Week 8 is one of our favorites because it is overcoming seller objections. So we are going to dive really deep in what are the top seller objections and closing techniques and strategies in order for you guys to be signing 85% or higher conversion rate on the appointments that you're going on. And then we'll wrap up week 9 with contract to client for life. So that's going to be once they're a client, from listing marketing to next steps to price improvement to offers to then how do you connect and stay in contact with these listings such that, they become a client for life and you're a referral machine.
Sweet. All right. All right. So 3 foundational pieces that we're going to go over today. Obviously, course expectations and goals, schedule and time blocking, and then we're going to go over the importance of scripts, role play, and tracking your numbers. We're going to do a deep dive into all 3 of those.
Awesome. So I see we've got people from all over the map. I love that you're putting your transactions in there and your goals for this year. So when we're looking through this, this is setting intentions. If you guys go to the workbook, which again, like Rodrigo mentioned, it's in your client portal, you will see that we are going to set intentions on how many listings that we are going to take during our time together. So we're together for 9 weeks. So the first thing that we need to know are really how many of the appointments that you set do you actually go on? So what does that look like? If you don't know these numbers, we can go off of national averages. So appointments set to gone on national average is 80%. So if you don't know your number, you can just fill in 80%. Gone on to taken. How many listing appointments are you going on that you're signing, right? So that you're physically signing and they are listing going on the market. So again, if you don't know those numbers, the national average from gone on to taken is 75%. Now in this course, our goal and what we're going to coach you to is getting to 85%. And then taken to sold. So how many of the listings that you are signing and hitting the market are selling? Now I have some people that are like, oh, we sell everything that, in this market, we sell everything that we list. And yet no one's going to be upset if we make more money together, right? So, national average there is, you guys may be surprised, but it's actually 70%. And I know a lot of teams can be anywhere from 60 to 80% there. So that may be surprising for some of you. And if you don't know your numbers, the national average there, I would go at, again, 75%. So when you look at this, let's do this together. Okay, so let's just go through a hypothetical situation. So if my goal is to sign I want to take 2 listings every week over the next 9 weeks. Okay, so that would be 18 listings. And let's just go off of national averages. Are you guys good with that?
Yep.
Okay, so if my goal is to take 18, that means that I would have to go on, if my average of held to taken is 75%, I would take 18 and divide that by 0.75. I would need to go on 24 listing appointments over the next 9 weeks, which would roughly average to 3 listing appointments a week. Okay. What I set and my held rate, meaning what I actually go on, because sometimes we have cancellations, right? Life happens, is 80%. That would mean I would need to set 30 over the next 9 weeks, which would round out to roughly about 4 set. So I would need to set 4 listing appointments to sign, or to go on 3, to then sign my 2 per week. So that's the goals that we want you guys to go through. In your handout, you'll see what we measure moves. Okay, tracking is the key to success in this industry. For those of you that track your numbers, know that, because what tracking does is it brings awareness to what's real, right? Because sometimes we can feel a specific way, like, oh, I feel like no one's answering the phone, or I feel like no one's wanting to sell. And yet when we know the numbers of the conversations that we're having and the appointments we're setting, it can give us reality there. So in your Fast Track portal that Rodrigo mentioned, there are 2 tracker tools available for you to download. Okay. When you download those, we want you to make a copy. So they're Google Drive, they're Google Sheets. So you guys can literally, the key is make a copy. Okay. Do not edit this one. This is our master. Just go in and make a copy. How you do that is you go up to File, and under File, you'll just, it's the fourth one down. You'll hit Make a Copy and you'll add it to your drive. And so the first one is the listing KPI tracker tool. And this is our listing key performance indicator tracking tool. So every week, you know, how many role plays did you complete? How many listing conversations did you have? How many appointments did you set, hold, taken, pending? And Lisa, that is in the client portal through Fast Track. So if you have any questions or you didn't get the email to log into your portal with your username and password, email fasttrack@kw.com. So we'll track those week over week. So we have that broken out for over the next 9 weeks. Awesome. The appointment tracker tool. This is a big one. Every major team, anytime that we're looking to scale, we want to, even if you're an individual agent, we want to look at your appointments that you're going on. So when you set an appointment, you should be putting that in an appointment tracker. And that way you can look at all of your appointments year to date. So in the appointment tracker, you'll see date set, date held, lead source, primary client, contact information, and then you'll see things like motivation, timeline, price point, signed, yes, next steps, notes, okay? All year, if you track every appointment that you set and you color code, I'm gonna give you guys a tip to write in your workbooks here. Red is dead. So when you go in an appointment and you didn't get it, or they signed with someone else or sold with someone else, or they're not gonna sell, or you just choose not to work with them, you highlight them red. Red is dead. Yellow is follow-up. Okay, so if they are waiting on something, we're in a follow-up stage, they're not quite yet ready, we're gonna highlight them yellow. Green is go, meaning we've signed them, okay? So if we've signed them, we're going to highlight that, that row green, and then white is rescheduled. So that's how you know. This is a very visual, easy way and tool for you guys to look at all of the appointments that you're going on. And what I have my clients do specifically with this tool is we have it pulled up and we can go, okay, so for example, just today, one of my clients, I'm like, great, this week, all we're doing is calling our yellows, right? Because all of our yellows are in the follow-up stage, right? And what better time to touch base with all of your listing appointments that you went on last year that are currently in follow-up until, you know, the first week of January. So that is the two tools for you that are going to be super beneficial that we'll be using together as you'll be tracking these numbers over the next 9 weeks.
Sweet. All right, so let's talk about the 5 benefits of being a listing focused agent. All right, so I outlined these into 5, and the first one is control of your time. I don't know about you all, but I have a husband who does not work in my business at all, and he owns his own company, is completely full-time, and then I have 3 kids. Right now they're 11, 9, and 4. And the biggest thing I want, and that I wanted, I think this was 8 years ago, was control of my time. And so my coach at the time challenged me because all of my time, a lot of it was going to buyers. And he basically said, well, what if you didn't even have a Supra? What if you couldn't show properties? So that was really scary at the time because I was about 50% listing, 50% buyers, and I couldn't imagine not having that income. But I made the decision. I trusted what he was saying, and I threw my Supra away. So I literally, even if I wanted to go buy my own property, I could not let myself in. And I have not looked back. It's been the probably best decision that I've made, especially for the business. So control of your time is number 1. Number 2, control of market share and your target area. Who doesn't want to choose where you work? right? So I have, for my business, I've created a farm business. So probably it's somewhere around 75% of our business is in a very targeted location. And so when you choose to be listing focused, which we are, that means your buyers, the majority of them are going to be coming from the same area on those listings. All right, number 3, control of buyers. Obviously, if you have the listings, that's where the leads come in from. It gives us a reason to proactively prospect, but it's also choosing your price point, right? So if you are listing focused and you're focused on a higher area of town, which is exactly what we did in San Antonio, our average price point used to be around 200,000, and the farm we chose was around $500,000. So guess where our buyer business is? It's around $500,000. So control of buyers not only means the location, but also the price. And then number 4, control of marketing. So when any marketing that you're doing, you're attracting not only additional listings, but we're also attracting those buyers as well. And then number 5 is just predictable income. When you can build a business where you're consistently taking a very similar amount of listings month over month, and you can count on that, your buyers come from that, right? It's consistent business. The bigger your business gets from the listing side, the more stable and secure your business is. So we've all heard the bold law, what you focus on expands. And our challenge to you all in this course is to help you, if you're not already there yet, understand why it will benefit you to become a listing focused agent. All right, so let's talk about what your 20% is as a listing agent. So from Gary Keller, right? It's number 1, lead generation. Number 2, lead follow up. Number 3, we go on appointments. Number 4, we negotiate contracts. And I want to see if you guys can guess the 5th. Put it in the chat channel. So your 20%, the 5 things that you're going to want to focus on as a listing agent. Wow. All right, y'all nailed it. Scripts and role play. Scripts and role play. We're going to talk about that a lot. And I will tell you, if there's one thing in my business outside of mindset, choosing to just focus on listings and having that not only just be me, but the entire team, it is going to be scripts and role play is the one thing that really changed our trajectory. So, I'm looking at the chat channel and you guys nailed it. So if you don't already have a role play partner, we're going to encourage you. I host a role play rumble, which is the listing side. Emily hosts one for the lead generation side. So as we go through this course, if you like what we're teaching and you want more practice time, please reach out for our scripts and role play through Role Play Rumble. All right, Emily, you wanna take the next part?
Yeah. So, Gary said about a year and a half ago that the number 1 thing that an agent can master to be successful with their time is their time. So he said, if there's one thing that would absolutely make everything easier or necessary and, becoming the mega listing agent or a mega business owner, a millionaire real estate agent, it is controlling your time. And it goes kind of back to that quote, right? Show me your calendars and I'll show you your priorities. So in your workbook, you guys will see, we've got a couple visuals here for you. One is the average agent calendar, right? So you'll see that, you've got errands on there. We've got, lunch appointments, just, agents, standard agent calendars, right? The biggest thing, and I will tell you that Alexis and I are really, really big on the calendar. It's the number 1 thing that I focus on in coaching is getting control of your time. So we use a tool, and you'll see this, that is color coded. Okay. And so I'm going to kind of go through these with you on this. So Yellow is an open space. So yellow is you will block yellow for open listing appointments. So whatever is open on your calendar for listing appointments, we're going to challenge you guys that you put your listing times on a calendar as recurring blocks. So consistency